All right, well, greetings everyone, and welcome back to another video. Today I am up here in north central Pennsylvania once again, and I'm still on vacation, but I decided to come out and check out an area here. I'm actually in Renovo, Pennsylvania. Some people call it Renova, but it's Renovo. And I used to come through this town a lot in the past years, but haven't been in this town probably for about a good 6 years, and there's some reasons why I haven't been in this town, but they're all personal and we're not getting into that. But there's something up here that I wanted to check out for a while now, and I finally decided to come down here and check this out. And I'm going to spin you around here, and if you can see in the back of me where I'm at here, I am actually at the Greater Renovo Area Heritage Park. So we are going to walk around here and check out this old railroad yard. And yes, even though I'm on vacation, I can manage to make a railroad video. So this area here, this yard, was actually the Pennsylvania Railroad yard at one time. I'm not sure on when the yard ceased operations or anything. I did go down to the Heritage Center, which is right down the road there. Unfortunately, they're only taking appointments to take a tour of the Heritage Center and everything. But I did talk with one of the attendants there as he was leaving, and gave me some information about where I can go over here to film that's public and everything without trespassing and everything. So hopefully the wind's going to cooperate here, and I'll be able to get the drone up and give you some aerial shots of the yard and find information online as well as old photos and everything to show you when this yard was in operation. So it was the Pennsylvania Railroad. Then I forget who took over after that, maybe Conrail. I'm just guessing right now because I really didn't do the research on this like I should have. But I know for sure that this line that's right over here was what they called the Buffalo line. It's now used by Norfolk Southern, and basically this was to, get coal through the regions here and whatnot. I don't know how active this line is anymore. This comes from down in Lock Haven and goes through Renovo here and goes out probably about maybe 15, 20 miles or so till it meets up with the R.J. Corman line at the bottom of Keating Mountain. So I know for a fact that they had turned the signals off to this line a few years back. In fact, AC with Trains 21 did a video on that, and I'll put the link up there at the top of the screen. You can go check that video out. He did a video reporting that this line now went into what they call dark territory, which means they turned the signals off completely for this line, but it is still in use by Norfolk Southern. So let's walk around here a little bit and check some of this out, and then we're going to take a trip onto the backside over there. There's some areas where it's public access that I can get some shots of the buildings. And again, any information that I find is going to be included in this video, either at the bottom of the screen or a separate shot there. So let's check this out. All right, so looking over there, I believe that is an old breaker, coal breaker of some type over there. I'm pretty sure of that, but they have a couple old Pennsylvania Railroad cars sitting over there, and there are some tracks that are still over there from when the yard was here. And there you can see down there is one of the shops, but I don't know if any of the tracks go into that shop anymore or not. And then right about over in there where my finger is where the roundhouse used to be and the turntable. So the other reason why I wanted to get here and film this is because they are supposed to be building a processing plant here, or an electric plant. This area up here is known for the Marcellus shale gas, and there's plenty of gas wells on the mountaintops up here. And I guess they are going to build a power plant over there where that building is to burn the gas and turn it into energy. So at some point in time, that building over there is going to be disappearing. I don't know when it's going to disappear. Some people in this town are fighting it because they want to preserve this yard here and everything, and especially that there is what they're worried about, also preserving that. So it should be interesting to see if the plant actually gets built or not, and if it does, what they actually leave here at the park and everything. So you can look down the line there, you can see where the line goes all the way down through town, and it actually goes past the Heritage Center. The Heritage Center is located, the address is 530 Erie Street, and Erie Street is a one-way going that way, but they're only taking appointments. But they do have a website, and that'll be at the bottom of the screen also, and you can go and check that out. So let's take a drive down Erie Avenue and find a place to park there and get some more shots of the building over there. All right, so we're driving down Erie Avenue here, and there you can see the side of the shop. It's a shame that it can't be really preserved or anything, but they want to do, you know, progress and everything with the power plant and stuff, so can't stand in the way of progress. So like I said before, we'll see how it pans out here, because there are some organizations trying to fight the power plant coming in here. But and then coming up down here, if you can see it, is an old light tower yet for the rail yard, and I'll see if I can pull over somewhere here and maybe get a shot of it. All right, so there you can see one of the remaining light towers that's still here yet from the yard. I don't know how many were here at one time, but this is the only one that is still standing yet. And then the shops are all the way back there. So if I can find any old aerial shots of this from back in the day, I'll insert them in the video here. But let's head on over to the back side and check things out. All right, so I almost forgot about this. When you come into town, if you're coming in from Lock Haven, as soon as you cross over the bridge and come into town, you're going to come to, I guess it's still called Lingle's Market, but on the side of it here is the mural or paintings that they have of the railroad from back in the day. So we'll walk over there and give you some shots of the close-ups of the paintings from when the rail yard here was in operation. All right, so here is a good picture of painting of what the yard looked like when it was in operation back in the day. Apparently there was a walkway that you see up there that went over the rail yard. There's another aerial shot of the yard and the caption that goes along with that. And there's another shot of the pedestrian walkway that went across the yard. All right, on the back side of the complex here, here's a rear shot of the shop building that is still standing yet, and the smokestack over there. And over here it looks like there was a scale house for something, but I don't see any no trespassing signs here, but there were plenty of no trespassing signs over along Erie Avenue, so we're not going to venture into the property here. But right over in here is where the roundhouse would have been at one time. And that communications tower that you see there, that was just put up here within the last maybe 10 years or so, so that wasn't always here. Never had cell service up here with Verizon, but I now have it in town here, so they obviously added another tower up here somewhere. But this will probably all be gone one day, and there'll be a huge power plant sitting here burning gas to make electricity. So here you can see more of the scale house. I'm not sure what they would have used that for. If anybody knows, you can leave it in the comments. But this is pretty much it from the ground here, the best I can get to it without trespassing on the property, but there's no trespassing from the air. So let's go take a look at this complex, or the remains of it, from the air. All right, so we're taking a drive out 120 outside of Renovo heading towards Keating Mountain. And as you can see over to the side there, which probably doesn't show up that good here now, but I'll give you another shot on the way back. The lines are clearly still in use yet because they are well maintained. No weeds or anything growing on them, and it's all ribbon track through there, so they are still using it. I just don't know how often this line's getting used anymore, and like I said, it's now known as dark territory. All right, so this is outside of the village of Westport, probably about a mile or two outside of it, but this is pretty interesting here. And they still have the switch up there, but there was a spur that came down here. And there's the derailleur that's there. I've seen maintenance away vehicles sitting on this spur, but it continues down and actually dead ends down there, which you'll see. But this used to go up through what is now the Sproul State Forest up there and up to Cook's Run. I don't know what was up there. I have very little information on it. All I know is this line ran up through there a few miles. I don't know if it continued on up into Potter County into the town of Gailton or what. But if anybody has any information, or if I find any information on it, I will include it in the video here. And this here is the end of the line. I got the blocks here marking the end, but if you look right over there, you can still see some rail yet that continues on, but I don't know if it actually crosses the road or not. So we'll cross over here and check things out. And just standing over here looking around, right where I'm standing is where the rail would have been. And straight back through there is the old railroad bed. You can't see much here in the summertime, but in the winter when everything's dead, you can clearly see the railroad bed going up and wrapping around, heading through the woods there. But I walked around here and I did not see any rails or anything in the ground here, so they were obviously removed at some point. All right, so this is the base of, I should say, the bottom of Keating Mountain. So the train trestle there that is closest to us is the Norfolk Southern line. The one that's in back of it, I believe that's also Norfolk Southern. And I'm not sure track ownage or track rights at this point here, but I know Norfolk Southern does meet up with the R.J. Corman, which I'll show you here in a second. I don't know if the line that's down in the back there, if that is Norfolk Southern that runs parallel with the R.J. Corman, but it goes west out into Clearfield County to out through Carthus and Snowshoe out through that area there. I always hated driving this part of 120, which is the road that goes through Renovo, because in the springtime, got lots of falling rocks that could fall down here on the road. In fact, there's one right there, a big boulder that came down on the side. And in the wintertime, I'm surprised they don't have a guardrail along the side over here, because in the wintertime, if you slide off the road, yeah, you're going to wind up right on the railroad tracks. Never made sense to me why there wasn't some kind of protection along the side of the road there to keep you from, you know, getting over onto the rails if there's an accident. All right, well, that's going to wrap it up for this video. Again, I'll have the information down at the bottom there for the Heritage Center for their website and everything, and you can go online there and check out the information that they have. And again, if you come up here for the Heritage Center, you got to do it by appointment only, according to the one attendant there with it. So, but go on their website. They have pretty much some useful information on there and everything. So If you did enjoy the video, please give it the thumbs up. Also, if you're new to the channel and you just found it, consider hitting that subscribe button down there. And also, if you are a subscriber, you can ring that bell down there in the corner and you'll be notified when I upload new content to YouTube. And again, thank you to all the new subscribers, not only on YouTube here, but the people that found me on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. I appreciate every one of you. So until next time, it's have a ball and do it all. We'll see you soon.